Hey, welcome back. I'm Carissa, and this is my garden. This is actually my vegetable garden. Today I'm going to be doing a 4x4 cut flower garden challenge. Many of you know that I have a flower farm. It's quite large. I order my seeds, almost a year in advance. Things are pretty organized down there, and the goal is harvesting and all those things. I do enjoy the space as well, but I thought that it would be fun to challenge myself to see what I can grow in a 4x4 space because I realize not everybody has a flower farm. So it would be interesting to see what kind of blooms, bouquets, and harvest ability there is in a 4x4 space. So I have ranunculus planted here. I planted, I don't know, maybe a month ago, pre-started my corms and I planted them in. So what I'm thinking is after these have bloomed, I will use this space as my 4x4 cut flower garden challenge. Um, so like I said, I order all of my seeds usually a year in advance. That's just the way it goes. When you have certain varieties you want, you have to get them before they're sold out. But I came across these in probably February at my local Home Depot. These are by Burpee, and the first one is a cut flower garden mix, Cosmo, Zinnia mix, and Tithonia. And then the second one is a mix of a chartreuse, zinnia, verbena, and a salvia, an annual salvia. And I thought between the two of these, don't mind my dirty fingers, I thought between the two of these, I could get a nice variety of different colors and different textures to make some bouquets out of. So like I said, the plan is to plant beneath my ranunculus in hopes that when my ranunculus is done blooming, because these do go dormant once the hot weather comes, the idea is that I will have these ready to go in their place. So some of these get quite big, especially cosmos. Cosmos can get up to like 4 to 6 feet high. Tithonia, I've never grown, but I believe it's the same. It can get quite tall. Verbena bonariensis also can get quite tall. So I'm going to be planting pretty strategic in the sense that the sun always comes from this direction here. So it starts there and finishes there. So I'll be planting my tallest row here at this side of the bed. So that's important when you're planting your cut flowers, just to think about which is the shortest variety. That would be zinnias for me and probably salvia. This is a mix, so I'm not going to be able to separate the seeds and plant them the way I want. So they're just going to have to do their best. All right, so that's it. So now I'm going to dig my furrow. So this is seed tape, and on the package, it recommends to dig a furrow just so that you have something to place the seed tape in. So I'm going to be doing that for these. And then for this, I will just be very shallow scattering the seeds. All right, I'm going to be placing Tithonia in this back row because I believe it's the tallest of the plants. So here they are, all marked out. We have zinnias, cosmos, mix, and Tithonia. So I'll be ripping this apart. Okay, so that's the size of my row. Now I'm burying it under the soil. The next one I'm going to do is the Cosmo because, like I said, they get quite tall. So I'm just going to measure out my row. All right. And next would be zinnias. And I'm spacing these quite close together. I find that I get straighter, taller stems when I do sort of crowd them just slightly without crowding them too much. And I do plan to cut off these, right? So remember, so the size that they will be getting is going to be a lot smaller if I'm continually cutting off of them. So that's another consideration to make. All right, and my last area here, I would say just under half of it is going to be this mix. I just feel like the colors, the cool colors, are definitely what I'm going to be gravitating a little bit more. So I will be sprinkling this on the surface and then just sort of roughing it into the soil. And that is what the seeds look like, a good mix. Like I said, salvia, verbena, and zinnia. Fun experiment. So I will keep you posted as these develop, as I'm removing my corms. I hope that's not going to be too much of an issue. And I will keep you posted on arranging these flowers. Like I said, it's just really interesting to challenge yourself to work within different parameters that you're typically used to. So, you know, the flower farm is beautiful. I've got lots of variety, but this is going to be different, having, I guess, 6 different varieties to cut from in a smaller space. It'll be very interesting to see. And actually, I don't direct sow a lot of my flowers. Some I do, but these ones all I usually start indoors. So it'll be really interesting to see what develops first, what blooms first, what becomes a healthier plant. So anyway, yeah, lots to learn always in the gardening world. So thank you for joining me, and I'll see you next time. Bye.